Hello everyone, good morning! Another match in the Taiko World Cup Quarterfinals 2026. We have some really big name teams, Japan versus Taiwan. Historically, some of the best teams to ever exist in this game. But I'm not going to be covering them alone, because I also have Youngin with me. Hello.
Good morning, Tizo. I'm sorry that you need to wake up for 6 a.m. for this, 7 a.m. for this match, but hopefully it's gonna be worth it because we got a legendary matchup ahead of us. Japan versus Taiwan, not in the final stage, not in semi-final stage, but actually we are going to be seeing this legendary of a strong teams match in the quarterfinals weekend. We don't think we have ever seen this line of matchups back in the quarterfinals weekend since a long time ago, or probably even never happened. Taiwan always, you talk about second place or third place, Taiwan's always there, or such a historical strong teams filled with the OGs of Tiger and Tatsujin, so they have a bit of experience from other games as well. And of course, so could be said about Japan, so these two teams have been a historically big battles match and facing against each other on an easier pool. Crazy for me to say this, I actually think it's actually gonna benefits Japan by quite a bit by being such an easier pool. Japan's more of a well-rounded team and they just have more stronger picks, and so however that also means one mistake on Japan could also means it could be a disaster. There might be a more one-sided maps, but I would say there are also more chance for Taiwan to win some picks here on their own pick.
Absolutely. The biggest thing with Japan is that by the time we get to the late game, they scale away so quickly compared to all the other teams that they're really difficult to take down. Even just get a couple of points off of them is almost impossible. But the lower stages, we've seen teams like the Netherlands, Australia, historically take points off of Japan, which you wouldn't really normally expect teams like that to be able to take on such a huge giant that wins every single year. So getting a Taiwan team that can consistently get podium place in this World Cup in the quarterfinals, they're going to be putting up some really strong scores. So if Japan starts making mistakes, as you say, things could very quickly turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning to the chat because it's two big Asians team match, so of course we're playing 6 UTC, so hopefully everyone is woken up. But we're going to be seeing our bans and picks here. We believe Taiwan's going to be banning out the free mod 2, banning most of the free mod picks. I do believe free mod is a very Japanese favorite modded pool. So banning out their home country artist, home country mapper, Yuemao, WTH Bro, and there's also more mappers like Kut, Samu on that free mod 2 map, Taiko Mapping World Cup winner in 2024, but I guess it's 2025. But I guess it's gonna be being banned from Taiwan. Not very scared of the more I would say more modded heavy picks here.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Japan is a team that scales really well into more difficult things. Free mod 2 with a lot of mods is very difficult, but Japan are gonna go with a double time 2 ban. I mean, Japan could probably ban anything that kind of have some sense behind it, so seems fair. DT2 is fairly accessible. The speed is only 250 something, so they're gonna stick with something faster and go with no mod 3 as their first pick.
Very surprised by these Japan's early picks and bans here for I would say no mod 3 being another 50-50 map here. I wanna say 50-50, probably 70-30 map here for Japan and Taiwan. Japan is historically very strong at speed, but so to be said about Taiwan. Some of these regular type of maps are such Taiwan's gameplay here. Regular maps, flat out mechanics or tags in general are just Taiwan's strong point. They do be mostly avoiding some of the hidden required picks, and Japan usually quite good at hidden slots. So I'm very surprised that they do ban up the DT2, which is also another map that can spread out the player's range by quite a bit due to the high overall difficulty in general. But I guess no mod 3 or Embu, it's going to be their first pick. Japan probably picking it because of their home ground mapper, and also Great Key has been winning World Cup for 5 years and finally sitting out for this one and letting some of the newer players playing this for Japan team this year.
Yeah, that's one thing that you see quite a lot of Japan, for the most part, players will only play for a couple of years before they kind of get swapped in with new players. A lot of other countries, you see mainstay players hanging around for many years. But I don't know. It's just a testament to how strong a nation Japan is when it comes to taiko. But these players are absolutely insane. They have done a lot to earn their spot here.
They do have the 2 returning members here for the Japanese team, Kantu and Kanten, and also I would say definitely the best 2 player for their team. And they are extremely good at high skill cap stuff. Give them 9-star, 8-star, they will still destroy the maps. Probably still with a very high A, 98-97% play here when it comes to 8-star or 9-star maps. When down to 7-star though, they can definitely still FC or even double S this map in their free time, because this map is very comfortable to play. Despite some of the slower SVs in the south of the map and some of the more funny timings possibly to some players, but the most of the map's patternings, you can see right here, it's all very comfy to just full odds, and a lot of players should be fine on this pick. We do have Polamo and Surfgo to also have been a new upcoming for the Taiwanese roster, and they are also very good in this speed mechanics part. Going up against Kanto and Content, let's see how they do this. Let's see how they work on this pick.
Yeah, Polamo picked up a couple early 100s so far, but nothing too horrible. But Japan still in the full double S, Surfgo following them as well. So Japan taking the early lead, but there's still plenty of map to go.
Now, hard part of this map is some of those finishers, and it's easy to find a mistake on them, but they do repeat around 2 to 3 times, and all the pattern links are the same, so you can kind of just muscle memorize them, and you can see all the players here pretty much muscle memorize all those happening, and right now it's only 300 difference here from Polamo. The only person down below a double F. Everyone else have no trouble in this pick whatsoever, and this is why I mentioned this pick. If you find one miss, it will be over. Extremely comfy to play and extremely easy to FC for high mechanics player.
Yeah, absolutely. Halfway through the map, 3,500 points in favor of Japan, just coming off of a couple 100s. If any team picks up in this, that pretty much seals the deal on which team is going to be winning this point. Japan looking to defend their first pick. They're obviously very confident and still holding on to the 2-way double S with 1/3 of the map left to go. Sevgo as well. Polamo picking up another 100. It looks like might be on finisher as well.
Now you can see Polamo being the only cross-tap player in the room here. Different than most of the players who have been used to Taiko no Tachi, and everyone else is, I do believe, it's a TNT player. Surfgo did finally drop a 1-100, still a phenomenal play here from Taiwan team, but Japan is just so mechanically strong at these maps. And double S from Kantu and 1-100 from Kanten can seal the deal on this pick. I don't think we're really going to be finding any sort of misses at the end of the map, knowing these 2 players are very comfy. These are like flat out speed stuff, and that is going to be the first map and done. No problem whatsoever, and Japan teaming up with a total of 1-100 play here, beating on Taiwan's total of 8-100 play. Extremely good scores from both teams, but Japan will be slightly ahead in terms of accuracy.
Yeah, that just shows how strong these teams are. Taiwan being seed 8, still putting up incredibly strong scores against Japan, so that's why if Japan makes any single mistake, especially a miss, Taiwan are just going to take the point. But we do have Taiwan's first pick. I imagine being them, it's quite scary trying to navigate this pool and trying to figure out what they want to be picking throughout this match, because they know Japan is just going to do so well on everything, but here we are. They've got to pick something.
They are on the tails of Japan throughout the entire map, but I do believe they need to pick something that is easier to miss. Number 3 to me in general in this pool is extremely comfy to play, and I would say definitely the most comfy map for the entire pool. Just very, very generic, very normal. You're up to clean map, and it's so well to just easy to FC. And Taiwan gonna go for something that they, I would say, definitely you should have the stronger lineup on. Hard Rock 2, Lunar Eclipse. Usually the type of maps that Japan afford, it's being Hard Rock 2. They don't really like playing Hard Rock too much, but they still have some strong players up their lineup. Usually has been the map that they lose this point against some extremely strong teams such as Korea and Taiwan.
Yeah, this seems like a very sensible pick from Taiwan. We have a couple of roster slots. We have Monkey D. Luffy coming in, and looks like Japan are swapping out their entire roster. We have Sachika coming in, and Shamarin. And of course, this song as well being an Osu original by Uinet.
Yeah, very cute song. You don't really
Yeah.
have cute songs in Osu original lineup, especially in Taiko World Cup, where towards the end of the tournament, they all sounds like bomb stuff, like extremely hardcore. They are for some listeners, and unfortunately, I'm not one of them. But some players love to play them.
I can generally like appreciate kind of those sorts of songs for what they are and like the goal that they're trying to achieve. But I like having this stuff as well. I feel like the stuff that you get in the lower stages of the World Cup tend to be a lot more accessible and mappable in the rest of the modes, and it's really nice to see almost that like mini cultural exchange of it like appearing in other World Cups or becoming a really popular map.
Yeah, I definitely love this cultural exchange. Like last weekend tiebreaker, we do have a Osu World Cup original here. And this one though, just like Tiso said, a lot more mappable, a lot more cute and friendly to other modes as well. Very high in terms of BPM for the other modes though, 211 BPM. We're gonna be seeing our background as well, where our storyboard and Hard Rock 2. Very comfy map in general, kinda similar to No More 3, however, all the difference is the quick scroll speed. And this quick scroll speed could definitely catch up players in terms of being too fast if they aren't reacting to the patterns comfortably.
Yeah, first 100 from Polomo. Japan takes the lead. Oh, a couple 100s from both players for Taiwan. But not to worry, they're still right there to pick up on any mistakes that Japan makes.
The early start of the map, play more like your regular leaderboard ranked maps sessions. These are not hard just yet, still on around 220 to 230 scroll speed, where the map really speeds up in the second half of them, speeds up to around 230, 240 BPM, and I'd say those are half part of the map, and Polemo finds a miss! And that's not a good start for them, unfortunate case here for Taiwan.
Yeah, that was a big miss. Yeah, we're gonna have to see a pretty big set of misses from Japan in order for Taiwan to be taking their point. Could this be an early break point for Japan?
Yeah, this might be a break point for Japan to start things off. A high scroll speed session with the slider. Nobody finds a miss here. We do see 100 drop here from Monkey D. Luffy, dropping down to around Sachika's level. The Shamron has been solid rocked.
Oh, you said the thing. And he
I
missed.
said the thing.
But Polemo also missed, but definitely wouldn't have been a significant enough miss for Taiwan to make any decent lead over it. Cameron's accuracy is still over 99.5.
Unfortunate. You can see Monkey actually defeats Sachika right in the end of the fast growth speed session, but Polemo early miss, early chokes. Gonna give the point here to Japan.
Yeah, good effort from Taiwan. Fortunately for them, Japan just had an incredible set of scores there. They'll be taking a break point. Taiwan's first pick.
Yeah, really good scores here, honestly, from our bottom two players.
Japan now
Especially
looking
to
to defend
FC.
their lead. Have the next pick. Oh, I see Kanten coming into the lobby. Nomad 5. Looking for some
Honestly,
strings.
interesting. Another map that I would say it's extremely missable map, and I'm kind of surprised
Yeah.
Japan has been going for these like regular picks.
I guess they have a plan and they're just sticking to it.
Yeah, this map custom map by Taiko Mom, and Taiko Mom usually known as like a stream player a stream mapper, not stream player, but she has some really weird patternings and could be easy to trip up players. Only 7.5 though, so you have to be careful about this map. Very fast in terms of scroll speed, not very fast in terms of scroll speed, but quite decent in terms of decently fast in terms of BPM here. Stamina requirements quite high, and some of the patternings are quite difficult for players to handle.
Well, let's see how it goes. Japan must be confident on this one, bringing in Kan and Kanten. But they will be facing Polomo and Sevgo.
Yeah, this map has some slow scroll speed at these density sections of the map, and you're too nervous. You might drop some accuracies here. But yeah, patterning at the start is very tame. But once we get to around the 50% mark, this is where the stream gets a lot harder. You can see these are still your regular PP patterning streams here. Very auting friendly. But once we get some offhand, and that's where the part starts to get hard.
Yeah, and it doesn't really stop either. We're gonna have streams pretty much the entire map. Intense concentration required. And all of these players really understand what's on the line here. Just a very slight lead for Japan off of a couple 100s from Taiwan. Sevgo picks up a few more. And unfortunately, we're in a situation where a couple 100s like that just makes all the difference. Still, two-way double S from Japan.
Okay, there we go. We get to the first hard stream of the map though. This stream is where the offhand starts coming. And the map does not get tame after this. And usually this is where the point that people start missing left and right. But these two teams are just top of the caliber. No more teams here. No misses from any sort of players. And just 100 separating between these two. 100 down here from Polamo and 400 down from Sevgo. And that's all the difference maker. Rocks. Wall of SS here from Japan. The 2 counts, it's just destroying most of the no-mod pools. But we're gonna be out to the chorus section. This TI, we'll get some of the same patternings, and we're gonna be seeing some 3-2. It's easy to find the break, just like Surfgo over there. And the 11,000 points lead, it's gonna be flipping towards the Japan.
That was as clean as that break could be. I don't think it picked up any 100s. So, despite that, if Japan gets a good chunk of misses, Taiwan can still take this. It's the break point that they need to win back. And they're just showing no signs of any mistakes. I mean, what do you do? We're in the outro.
And now it's gonna be no 100 drops from Japan.
Oh, 2 million points. Two-way double S. You can't beat it. You can only tie it. And unfortunately, Taiwan couldn't quite do that. Grand total of 8 100s is a losing score.
That's a really good effort here from Taiwan, but unfortunately Japan is just not giving any sort of scores here to opponents. You try to go for these 50-50 maps, I would say these are some 50-50 maps. You find one miss and it's over. But Japan, apparently they're just bots. These two cards are just bots. They are not missing absolutely. Crushing the competition on this pick here.
Yeah, I think Japan has probably taken a look at this situation and seen, oh, we're against Taiwan in quarterfinals. We gotta lock in.
They are absolutely locking on this. This is some beast of a score and not showing any weak performances by in Japan. And they're still gonna go for Hard Rock 1. Okay, they're gonna give Hard Rock 1 another try here. point for Sharaku. But this map kind of plays similar towards, I would say, DT1, honestly. A bit more of like your speed burst mechanics. There's a bit of like a weirder patterning, weirder song in general, weirder snappings. And this could be a weak point for Japan, possibly, because again, it's Hard Rock, and Hard Rock's hack is also Taiwan's strong point. Up against Kanten and Yomogi here, but we do see Kantu swapping out and facing against Yomogi. Yeah, Kantu not really known as like a super Hard Rock guy, so I'm not surprised to see him being swapped out, but seeing Yomogi coming in is definitely surprised me by quite a bit. Kanten has no problem, no trouble on this pick whatsoever.
Yeah, Taiwan's lineup looks good. Monkey D. Luffy and Sevgo.
Yomogi, the new upcomer here for Japan. In another tournament series here, new tournament series of Nightmare Taiko Frontier, Yomogi was the #1 performing player in that tournament in the qualifiers. So he is very good at these like earlier stage stuff. However, despite we saying earlier stage stuff, this is one of the hardest maps in the entire pool, and I'm kind of surprised to see Yomogi subbing in for these type of maps, but that's what happens when you're Japan, right? You can just subbing anyone in.
True. And as well, if Yomogi isn't playing a lot of maps in this pool, then they will have had plenty of time to kind of put a lot of practice into this one. But so far, for the first time this match, the lead is on Team Blue.
Yeah, Taiwan in general are very good at these type of maps. Just like your speed burst with faster scroll speed. This is up their gameplay here. Kanten did drop a bit more 100 than compared to what I expected. I mean, he dropped more 100 in this map than every other map combined so far.
That's Hard Rock for you.
Yeah, very close so far still though, but there's the hard part of the map still hasn't came yet. There's still a lot more showtime in this 3 minutes of a map, and pool is a lot longer this weekend. Teams have to be consistent through the entire way, as we do see some 100 here being dropped by Surfgo. Lee is slowly going back to Japan.
Yeah, it's hovering around that 2,000 point mark. Oh, 3,000 now with that burst. Still not even halfway through the map. It's scary. It's scary watching this. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, imagine you're in a situation where dropping 100 could cost the lead, and just like that, Monkey drops 100, but Yomogi is trading back by 2, dropping down to Kanten's level, but so does Surfgo. It's a 100 battle differences despite the tuneness of the song. It's scary for both teams, and they see in the break. Everyone sees in the break they are 100 in the lead. That's gonna give some nerves to some player.
Taiwan are the team that this matters for most. Already have 3 points in the bank. Taiwan still need to get on the board. And a couple 100 Sevgo passes it over back to Japan. 1,000 points in favor of Team Red. Miss from Yomogi though. That's huge. Don't mess up Taiwan.
That's the first time we see a
Why did I say anything?
For Taiwan, but the freaking Monkey D. Luffy may trade it back in, and someone just maybe dropped by Surfgo as well. The chance of Japan losing is so less now because of the combo differences. Yomogi is trying to keep it in, so does Kanten. They cannot miss again. However, the hardest part of the map is coming up soon. In this session, we're gonna see more different snappings. And no breaks on both sides. They're just as solid as ever. Someone just being dropped by Monkey D. Luffy. Final part of the map, we are into the Ki session. A hot lot of hot patternings, but Japan is only larging the gap here because of the 100 being dropped by both Surfgo and Monkey D. Luffy towards the end of the map, and that's pretty much it. The chance was there, but they unfortunately couldn't grab it. 99.05% from Monkey D. Luffy. Really butchered in terms of accuracy. The nerves probably got to him, and just like that, Japan is going to be winning by 18,000 points difference.
That must be heartbreaking for Taiwan, knowing that they were so close. But that's just how it happens. Very strong scores. 1 miss from Yomogi, 2 misses from Monkey D. Luffy. Japan 10, 8-100. Yomogi 9, Sevgo 10. Incredibly close match, but Japan's still 4 points up over Taiwan. Just these ever so slight differences in the 100 count, maybe an extra miss, is just really hurting Taiwan so much. And as you expected at the beginning of the match, Japan is going to go with 3-mod-3.
Yeah, I would say the 3 mod picks are so much favored towards Japan. Death Meter. Oh, this music is such a doom vest. Just like No More 5. It's extremely nerve-wracking, and you can literally miss at the end stream and your score is just gone. So you have some victims to that final stream with speeds up players such as like Mugicha in the Malaysian team completely knocked the last stream, and just like that your score is dropped by 11,000 10,000 points differences just like that, flip it towards the other team. So overmodding this map is actually quite brave, because if you do miss, your score could be gone just like that.
I think we're in a situation here though, where these teams really can't afford to undermod. Because the players are so strong.
I actually don't think Taiwan is going to be putting on 4 mods, I'm going to be real.
Okay.
I don't think they are 3 mod team whatsoever, and they're gonna just hope Japan to find a mess. Japan with these 2 lineups, I'm very sure they're putting on HHL no matter what. Shaman and Sarim, really good players, and I don't think they're scared of this map at all whatsoever. The other team, High Greeks is probably can put on the hidden Hard Rock, but Monkey, I don't think he's gonna put on the hidden for sure. So I'm pretty sure it's just regular Hard Rock.
Let's see. Yeah. You know your stuff.
I'm top 5 in Pick'em as a reason why.
Well,
I'm joking.
The only reason I'm not top 5 is because I forgot to do group stage.
Dude, group stage only worth 8 points. You fumbled, Tiso. It's only 8 points. You can literally come back.
That 8 points is everything. That 8 points is everything.
GG. Alright, into the actual map though. You can see the patterns on this map is a lot harder than maps such as like No Mod 5, but the mechanics of this map is so much easier. Lower BPM and such, and I would say some players actually might find this lower BPM harder because they need more finger control on these streams. 172 BPM kind of considered as like a slow BPM for stream maps. I would say the early start of the map is not too hard just yet. There's a bit of a 1-6, but I don't think there's mostly trouble here for these 2 teams. The hard part is definitely towards the end of the map where the SB goes quicker. The top score by the double mod is actually on High Greeks with a 99.8, but now he drops a 100, dropping down to Shaman's level, and Sarim also with a 99.55. hiring with Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah, but of course Monkey D. Luffy has 1 less mod, giving Japan a score difference, a score lead of 35,000 points. This is a very short map, so it really is all going to come down to the final stream like you were saying.
Tizo, it's time to hold on. We are on to the ride. First miss here from Sarim. Chance has been given from Taiwan, but they need more miss from this in the final stream. They need a knock-lock from Japan anytime soon, and these final couple of streams are quite difficult here for both mods. Japan cannot find any more mistakes in this session, so it's gonna give it back to Taiwan. Taiwan's trying their best onto their tails, but High Greeks finds a miss, and 47,000 points difference is gonna be growing to 50,000 points difference, and just like that, the lead, it's the chance for Taiwan grabbing a point here for Japan has been diminished. They're trying the best, even best accuracy from High Greeks, but the 2 hidden Hard Rock here from Japan are just so crushing to Taiwan's scores here.
Yeah, Japan now at match point. 5 points total, needing 6 to win. Taiwan, still not on the board. They're gonna have to win the next 5 points in a row to take this to a tiebreaker. They're using their timeout to make their next pick. Because this is it. They're putting up strong scores, but Japan are just putting up stronger scores. It's hard. It's tough. Japan are just such a dominating team.
Yeah, absolutely. They are so strong on this caliber.
Yeah, where do you go here if you're Taiwan? Oh.
I usually would support them going for no mod, but Japan is kind of cooking in the no mod pick. I would still definitely prefer them to go for no mod, just like no mod 1 or no mod 4. I think those.
They did do well on Hard Rock 1, so maybe DT 1 could be an option. The hidden pool's not been touched yet.
Yeah, I don't think they're picking hidden.
Probably
They do have Polemo and High Greeks, but I think Japan is also so good at hidden. Like, Japan has always historically been a no more hidden team. No more hidden DT team. So, I don't think they want to risk for hidden. Even though Hidden 2 this time does not play like a hidden map, but Japan also has like being a lot stronger in fast hidden in general nowadays.
I wonder if Taiwan would maybe just want to go for a no mod 1 and hope that Japan just makes a mistake and they don't. I don't think it's a very surefire strategy, but it's something better than playing the hiddens probably. Or maybe they just want to do something crazy like no mod 2 or no mod 6.
Yeah, I think no mod 1-4 should be the best pick for Taiwan on regular strategy. You try to go for 50-50 maps, and I can see these 50-50 maps can swing up both sides here for players, especially after you exhausted the Hard Rock pool. I would say the most possible to win maps are just gone. And no mod 2, no mod 6, I think the flat out difficulty of the map is just way too hard, and I don't think Taiwan could keep up with the accuracy requirements on No Mod 2. I think No Mod 2 is probably the most personal difference map, where if you just got a player like a Kantan, you can literally lead by so many 100s on that map. No Mod 6 though is a bit more like a mechanic, so I can see Taiwan can actually keep up with on that, but because of not as high accuracy requirement, but they do have the higher mid-range roll. So I think it's definitely certainly better than No Mod 2, but it's not the best pick they could go for if they want to go for the 50-50 dice roll maps.
Yeah,
and yeah, 3 mod 1 is most likely going to be a void for Taiwan, and DT1. I think it's same case here for No Mod 2 and Hard Rock. No Mod 2, I would say.
Yeah, we're slowly getting towards the end of this timeout now. They're going to have to be making their pick soon. Yeah, it's tough to have any pick strategy against such a strong team. But they gotta go with something.
And they're gonna go for No Mod 4, okay.
I didn't even consider No Mod 4, but Japan, I know in the past, would often lose points to No Mod 4. But in the past sort of like 2-3 years, they started practicing No Mod 4 a ton. So they kind of realized like, oh, No Mod 4 is a weakness, we should deal with this. And then they just became even more unstoppable than they already were. So,
which is kind of interesting here, because when we talk about practice, we got players such as like Grape T, who are known practicers, known tryharders of the entire tournament. We'll get like 8 SS on one map, and just to get SS on a match. And you know, No Mod 4, when it was in the Great T era, which I would say the last era, around like 2024 era, they are extremely good at their skill sets. And nowadays, all I would say those like heavy practices, they swap outside of Shaman. So they have to find someone who to replace Great P here. Yologi has not been performing so far during this tournament. That Hurricane accuracy is still phenomenal, but they did find a miss there. So one miss is also another losable map, I would say this one. Especially you can knock lock during the second part of the stream, similar to last weekend No More 4, which Yomogi did knock lock, so he had to be careful. The early start of the map is quite slow, a bit of 100 drops here from Shammer and Yomogi in the high greens, and now lead is back to Taiwan as Polemo had the best score so far during this match, but the numbers are tied. However, because of that after difference, it's gonna be lead favored towards Taiwan, but just like that, it's gone. High grade drops back on 100, and now 1,000 points in favor of Japan.
Yeah, it's close. Still plenty of map left to go. That was just the intro.
I'll say this map is a bit more in terms of easier in concepts compared to last weekend. Last weekend, the concepts of the map is actually really difficult, like forced memorize, unlike. So this was kind of unlike last weekend though, and I would say that actually benefits Japan by quite a bit. I think they would more struggle in terms of like high concept map rather than like these like hard patterning maps with SV 3,000 points differences, and that's all the difference.
Yeah, Taiwan do still have the lead, but it's so minimal. They've really got to fight to keep it.
Yomogi misread that pattern, and thankfully he did not find the misses a bit early, and just like that, dropped a huge hang of 100, and that huge hang of 100 could be the difference maker here, as Taiwan is now still in the lead, 99.87 by Polemo, top score of the match so far, as a few more just being dropped by Shaman, and this 3,000 points difference might be all Taiwan needs. However, we are into the final sections of the map where the SV goes quicker, and I'm kind of worried about High Peaks because he's not known to be fast SV player, and just like that, right before the fast SV section, they see the score differences, and that's 6,900 the difference.
Yeah,
alright, strap in Tizo.
It's not over till it's over.
Here we go to the fast section of the map.
Polemo
and
missing.
Just like that, first miss for Polemo.
Shammerin missing as well though. Lead is
That's
back
a
over
huge
Taiwan.
miss.
10k in favor.
Final parts of the map. Some fast SV map, some fast SV section of the map left. Yomogi only one holding in, despite the initial miss. A bit of a misread here for Polemo, dropping 2 more 100s, but he keeps it in. No breaks, and this might be Japan leading on No More 4. Final part of the map, and they did it. Taiwan, with the help of Charmarin, missing a huge burst of pattern, give this back to Taiwan, and Taiwan doing the old strategy here, go pick No More 4 against Japan, and it worked out well. The accuracy differences are the reasons of this lead of this W, and they just like that, they finally get the point on board.
There we go. Good job, Taiwan. Coming in a wee bit late in the match, but finally getting a point on the board. Could this be the start of something great?
Hard-fought battle here, but Taiwan finally able to grab a point. Not a sweep here for Japan. And they defend more pixel, but they have way more to defend. Hidden 2, Hidden 1, 3 more 1, those are all very green maps here for Taiwan.
Yeah, but Japan's pick next. Where will they go? I imagine probably either free mod 1 or hidden 1. I think that makes the most sense for them, but I'll let them do what they want.
Yeah, they have been not picking stuff that we expected though, technically.
True.
Usually when you're the dominant team, you will go for SS battle maps, but they have been going for SS battle maps for the first 2 maps, which is quite surprising to be told, honestly, because one miss on them could just be over. But it could be a way that they just remove the 50-50 maps out on the way earlier, and it was like, oh, I can SS now, let's just do it quickly, so let's turn the point to us instead of them. So that could be their strat. It's a power grip though. However, you need to be type of teams like Japan to perform something like that because you're so consistent to SS the map. Alright, 3 more 1.
3 more 12? Oh yeah.
Alright, Pitch Pit and Cyanide. I think it's a pretty expected pick here for Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the technically more accessible free mod, but it's still really tough, particularly with Hidden alone. But with the players that we have in this lobby, we're going to be seeing Hidden Hard Rocks across the board, I believe. And of course, talking about cultural exchanges with OC Originals, this was in OWC 2025 as a Hidden 2, I believe.
Yeah, this is however, this also plays kind of like a hidden, slow hidden in this pool though. Despite the slot being given here, this map plays very slow hidden, like the density hidden slot. 154 BPM, but you can times it by 1.3. It plays more like a actual slow HD map. And yeah, I do believe Taiwan is going for the 3 mods again. Hidden Hard Rock and Hard Rock. Even though most tournaments 3 mod is a non-anti mod, but due to some things in the background, like timing shenanigans in the background, I think this is actually the anti mod map of the pool. This map is very punishing towards the players who carelessly puts on their Hidden Hard Rock, and I think this one claimed the most victim here than the actual anti-mod of the pool, which is Free Mod 2. And just like that, I think Free Mod 2 is, despite being the real anti-S3 reading mod, I think it's the least punishing mod of the entire pool.
Yeah, you're right.
And, yep. 3 Hidden Hard Rock, 4 mods from Japan, and of course 3 mods from Taiwan. Alright, let's look at this map. If anyone actually gets a high accuracy on this, that is putting on Hidden Hard Rock, I am gonna be so mind blown.
I just worry that Taiwan are just gonna fall behind due to missing the mod.
Could be, but I think this map is just so rough in terms of the timing that if you ain't used to timing a map, you could just drop so many 100s. Like these slow sessions, straight 100s are so easy, and often it's not about are you good at slow hit or not. Basically, are you a visual reader at all? And just like that, Sachika is the one who is being bullied by the offset change here, down to 97%. And this is why I said this map putting on the 2 mod is so easy to get punished, and he couldn't get a single 300 on that session, dropping down accuracy to below 98%, giving so much lead here to Taiwan, but so to be said about Palermo.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Of course, most of the lead coming from the extra mod, hovering about 19,000 points, third of the way through the map. Plenty more difficult sections to go. But Taiwan definitely need to see some bigger mistakes from Japan here to stay in the match.
We have the elephant. We need to address the elephant on the room. Shaman, what are you doing? How do you 99.84% this? With the 2 mod as well, I am so mind blown. This is such a crazy performance from Shamarin.
The score difference is now 43,000 points. And players aren't really showing much sign of decent mistakes. Palermo and Sachika have brought back up their accuracy.
Alright, Tizo, hardest 3 maps, hardest 3 notes of the entire tournament gonna come. Okay, here it comes. Oh, no one missed. Okay. You know, we have seen 3 victims by that pattern, by the way. Like 3 players missed on that 3 notes. That map is that 3 notes that's so hard with the offset change over there, especially Southern 1-6. And I think that's basically the last choke point of the map, and looking like Japan couldn't recover. Taiwan couldn't recover on this. Really good score here for Sachika. already like 90, almost 99%, despite the early bomb of the accuracy here. Again, we need to address the elephant on the room. Shaman, what are you doing?
Sajka misses. Pretty clean though, and right at the end, it's not going to make a difference. And Japan secure their 6th and final point.
GG, well played. I think that's a non-human score here from Shaman. 99.42. GG, well played to both teams. Oh my goodness, that score is insane.
Definitely contender for score of the week. But yeah, Taiwan, unfortunately losing the match, only securing 1 point. But a very, very strong performance from them. And they will be dropping down to the losers bracket, much to the dismay of everyone already there. Japan are going to continue their advance to the winners bracket.
Yeah, Japan, absolutely the team that just not afraid whatsoever. One perfect score of the entire tournament. The second one with a 100 drop. They are just a team which just shows dominance throughout the entire tournament. And they are showing it once again to Taiwan. A bit of a hiccup start here against Australia last weekend. But Australia probably a lot better than what Japan expected. Just take 2 points, and Taiwan today is going to take 1 point. And as the pool scales harder, it's looking like Japan might just be a bit untouchable next weekend. But they do going to be facing Korea next weekend. And facing Korea is whew.
Yeah, that's going to be a spicy match. But talking about spicy matches, we've still got a couple more this weekend. We have New Zealand versus Indonesia at 10 UTC, UK versus France at 11, also Australia and Portugal at 11, followed by Finland and Russia at 12:30, and closing out with Chile and China at 13 UTC. And then of course, sometime later on in the day, we'll also be having the showcase for semi-finals. So if you want to see what the players will be playing next week, as well as some other really exciting matches to close out this weekend, make sure to stick around for over the next couple hours, but we've got a wee break.
Yeah, honestly, to me, I would say the highlights of the matches of the next block will definitely be the first 2 matches. New Zealand, Indonesia. My head is still trying to figure out which team will win for my pick'ems, and I couldn't do so. So, I think that is gonna be a very exciting and match here upcoming to us. I would say it's not like this match where everyone gets like a super good score. There's gonna be some hiccup scores here on that match, but it's gonna be a very fun one because honestly, I'll be real. I think I like seeing players finding a break and then doing like a bit of like a comeback battle. I think that's a lot cooler instead of like everyone just SS. And the 11 UTC match as well, a lot higher caliber, honestly, in terms of strength compared to the New Zealand-Indonesia match. But still, despite it being a loser bracket match, that is still another 2 teams that I would say is supposed to make to top 8 to 12 up against each other, and 2 teams that have especially France had an extremely rough battle against Malaysia yesterday, which Malaysia was the top 10 seed of the tournament. So that is going to be extremely high caliber on 11 UTC. Rest of the 3 match though, I would definitely see is slightly a bit more one-sided, but those one-sided matches might still get some entertainment to some players. You might not be expecting Portugal, but they are the one who just upset another higher seeded team. So it could be said about Finland, and of course China and Chile as well. 2 extremely good teams, despite Chile definitely one of the podium favorites of this tournament, and up against China, the team that never gives up, take some points and take the match against Chile. See you guys. So yeah, see you guys in that European block here. Thanks for cutting the VT so here and waking up for this 7 AM match.
All good, thank you for having me, and I'm really looking forward to this next block of matches. Everything looks insane, so please check it out. We look forward to seeing you there.
Alright, see you then. Goodbye everyone, and see you in 3 hours later. Bye.